Guys, welcome back to the channel once again. It's your girl, the African Barbie, the melanin princess, Dumevilia. If this is your first time stumbling on my channel and coming across my gorgeous face, you're welcome. I do hope you decide to subscribe by hitting the subscribe button just right below this video, and then hit the notification bell right beside it. That way YouTube's going to let you guys know whenever I have a new video. And if you are a returning subscriber, you guys know that you're the real MVP. You know that I love you. Welcome back. So today's video, what you guys saw in the title is not clickbait, I promise you. I actually got mistaken for a hooker in this very city, Lasgidi, in the streets of Lagos, Nigeria. It was a very sad day. Fun fact is, this thing actually just happened yesterday. I kind of told the story on my WhatsApp status and I got a lot of reactions, and I was like, okay, I should probably come and make this a story time on YouTube, because I didn't realize how common it was. Like, from the comments I got when I posted it on WhatsApp, I realized it happens a lot. Okay, so I just like, okay, let me just come and make a story time out of it. I'm sure one or two people watching the video can probably relate. Without talking too much, let's just get right into the video.
Oh, so fabulous.
So you guys, my best friend is actually in town. Her name is Anita. She's my BFF. We've been friends since 2005 from university days. Yeah, so we're basically sisters. She's not based in Lagos. She actually stays in Edo State. She lives and works there, but she also always makes it a point of duty to visit Lagos because she has family here. She has friends as well, of which I'm one of the most important people. She comes to visit in Lagos. So she was visiting, and then she was staying over at her sister's place on Lagos Island. Because if you know Lagos well, you know there's a Lagos mainland, and Lagos mainland is for like regular folks like me, while Lagos Island is for the bougie, expensive, you know, all that kind of stuff. Like, the standard of living there is way more expensive. That's where a lot of people want to go when they feel like they've made a lot of money. Anyway, so my friend was at her sister's place on the island, and I just packed up and went there to spend like 2 days with her. So we had spent the first day. On the second day, which was a Friday, today that I'm filming this video is a Saturday. So on the second day, which was a Friday, we decided that let's take ourselves out and go and do TGIF. Thank God it's Friday. You know how it is now, like Fridays are always popping. You have the hangouts, you have the parties, you just have, everybody wants to relax, and Lagos never sleeps. Like, whatever is happening anywhere, anytime, Friday is always like the most lit of nights for you to just go out and chill and, you know, have fun and stuff like that. So we decided that we're going to go out, she and I, you know, and then, you know, we got dressed, looking all good. I think I'm going to insert pictures and videos and whatever it is that Anita permits me to post. So we got dressed, we did our makeup, and then it was time to leave. We got in an Uber, and then we went to this very place on the island. It's on Admiralty Way in Lekki. If you're in Nigeria, you probably heard of Lekki. If you're in Lagosian, you definitely know Lekki. So that's like one of the highbrow areas. That's where it's happening, where it's popping. You have a lot of fast foods, hangout spots by the seaside, like variety, like basically that is one of the happening areas in Lagos, Nigeria. Before we even decided on where to go, because I usually go to the island from time to time, but I'm not that familiar enough to know like the best hanging spots and all of that. So I asked Anita's younger sister, and she gave me ideas on where to go to. And then I called a friend of mine who equally lives on the island, and she was like, okay, this particular place in question was good. So I already had like 2 people vouching for a particular place that we're going to have fun there, that it has this outdoor ambience. There's the indoor area, but then there's the outdoor area that is by the seaside, and then it's always bubbling at night. DJ is dope, the food is good, it's affordable, the crowd is mature, because there's something about being on the island. You can easily just run into some money misroad or some Yahoo boys. If you're Nigerian, you know what I mean. So I didn't want that kind of crowd. I wanted a mature audience that, you know, you could just go and just relax like a sane person, right? I'm just saying this so that you guys know that we didn't just pick any random spot. We got recommendation from 2 people that have visited this place on several occasions, and they were like, that place is a good place to go, we're gonna have fun, the food is affordable, the ambience is good, and all of that. And we're like, okay. So we got dressed, you know, did our makeup, wore our outfits. We had time to do pictures and videos, feeling fly, thinking we were going to have the time of our lives. We got in our Uber, we arrived. So on arriving, oh god, you guys, this part, whew, when we arrived after paying the Uber, so usually the street, let me try and describe how that place is. So this is like Admiralty Way at Lekki, and then there's just a turning and once you just make a slight turn, so the first block you see is the spot we're going to. It wasn't a one way, so you could see cars going in opposite directions. So as we came out from the Uber about to cross, me and my friend were walking hand in hand, feeling like beautiful girls. So we saw a car that was approaching, but you know, like when you're crossing the road and you're able to like use your eye to estimate from the speed at which the car is coming and the distance the car is from you, you'll be able to calculate if you're going to be able to cross before the car comes or if you should wait for the car to pass, right? So from the distance the car was and the speed at which the car was moving, we figured it was safe to cross because we would have been done crossing before the car got to where we were. How wrong were we? So you guys, we were about to cross, and I don't know if that driver, whoever was driving that car, it's a big car. I'm not good with car models, but it looked like a wagon or something. You know, big shiny black car. It's kind of high. It's not the regular like salon car or whatever. So it's one of two things. Either that guy was demon possessed or he was heavily intoxicated, of which I think he was probably heavily intoxicated because it was a Friday night and he was coming out from a hangout spot, right? I don't know. It was like the car was moving at 10 kilometers per hour, and it was almost like the moment he saw us trying to spot the road, something took over his brain and he decided he wanted to kill us. I'm not lying. This guy literally changed speed. He sped up and just drove towards us. You guys, I'm saying this thing right now, but it was very traumatizing. It was as if that guy was out to actually hit us, and it would have been fatal. Me and my friend were walking hand in hand. I didn't even know. Thank God for adrenaline. I did not know when I just let go of my friend's hand and I ran. Like I continued crossing. I just completed the cross to the other side, while my friend on the other hand ran the other way back in the direction we were coming from. And the guy just zoomed off as if nothing happened. I was there with my eyes open and with my mouth open, like, what just happened? What just happened? Did what just happen? Did that just happen? So that side of the road that I crossed, there was a man there, and he too saw what had happened, and he was also in shock. He stopped and was like, what happened? I said, sir, I don't know. Look at what just happened. And he said he even thought maybe the guy was trying to scare us. Maybe like we were friends and he was just, you know, trying to speed up a bit to scare us, and then he was going to slow down. I said, I don't know that person from Jack. At that time, my friend had already crossed to join me and the man standing there, and the man just looked at both of us and said, you guys need to go for Thanksgiving. That guy could have actually killed both of you. That was how serious it was. So at that point, as you can imagine, we were very shaking, we were disoriented, and I just had to we had to calm down for a few minutes. And then I'm like, okay, let's try and go inside. Not knowing that we're going to go inside to go and receive the embarrassment of our lives. So we passed through the gate. There are some security men by the gate, you know, then there are some workers, they also directed people on where to park and all of that, because there's no parking area inside the vicinity of this hangout spot. So people usually park outside on the street and then like walk in. We walk into the gate and then just progress down, and there's just like a small entrance. It's still outdoor. You see the indoor park because they have an indoor area. People are not usually there. I feel like in the evening most people like to sit out. So it was the outdoor sitting area that I wanted to go, which was by the seaside. So there are like two bouncers that are like guarding that entrance, and then we walked towards them. Usually you see them with hand sanitizers because of the whole pandemic. One was the hand sanitizer. He wasn't even giving anybody hand sanitizer to sanitize their hands anyways. I think nobody really cares these days. So we walked up to him and he stood up, and like when he saw us approaching, he stood up, and he wasn't standing up for other people who were coming in. But I didn't even think anything was about to happen. And this guy, of course, because I feel like these people are glorified bouncers or gym heads, so they are like big and hefty with biceps and very intimidating, and their faces don't look friendly, guys. And then they're wearing security uniform. They are really tall. I'm really short, so you can imagine when he stood, I'm looking at him like this, like, excuse me, sir. That was how it was. He's like, sorry, do you guys have a reservation? And I said no. I felt it was a funny question for him to ask, because when those two people recommended that place to me, they never mentioned anything about making reservations. I even went to check out the place online. I didn't see anything about reservations. He asked if we have reservations. I said no. And then he asked, do you guys have anybody inside that's waiting for you? And I said no. And then he said, oh, sorry, I can't let you in. And I turned and I looked at my girlfriend, and I'm like, me and my girlfriend just want to go and chill and hang out. And he said, there's no space for you guys to sit. You just have to leave. It was so embarrassing, you guys. My friend, being the nice and polite girl that she is, but believe me, you don't want to cross her path because she will tear you apart. She's very good with words. That girl is something else. But she didn't really understand what was happening. It was me, who is a Lagos babe, that understood what was happening. My friend now actually said thank you, like politely said thanks, and then we were turning to leave. And I told her, why are you telling him thank you? He just bounced us because he thought we were hookers. Actually, didn't say hookers. I said ashewo. That's like the Nigerian word for hookers or prostitutes or yeah. So and I said, why are you telling him thank you? He actually just bounced us because he thought we were sure. And the guy didn't say anything. I just grabbed my friend's hand and led her out of the gate. Like, I was really pissed off. Like, what was that? I've seen things like this happen, but I've seen them happen at clubs, not places like that. So my friend was still dumbfounded because she doesn't live in Lagos. She's not used to this kind of thing. So I had to explain to her when we got outside. She was like, why would they think that we are shower? I said, yeah. In this part of Lagos, because of the amount of affluent people that are here, a lot of girls actually come to spots like this to look for men that are going to take them home at night. So you find people that work in such places like this profiling girls to be hookers. Even those that are honest, decent girls making a living, they just assume that if you're coming out to a place like this at so time, then you are a hooker. So that was how we were profiled. We were not even dressed in such a way that would suggest that that's what we were there for. We just came to hang out. Like, I don't know where that came from. So I had to tell her that, believe me, people don't use reservation to get in here. That when I did my research, there was nothing like reservations. And then, believe me, that place is not filled up. People are still going to enter. So they say it's full. Just wait and you will see. At that point in time, we saw two girls dressed in really short, skimpy booty shorts. I won't even call them option. Booty shorts, like, you know, shorts that like are cut halfway across your bum and then the lower part of your bum is hanging out. That's what they were wearing, with t-shirts and slippers. And then they got there and then they let them in. And then I saw a bunch of like guys looking responsible, wearing native attire, like maybe 6 or 7 guys. They let them in. And I told her, you see now that the place is not full, right? And at that point, it was not as if it started drizzling. I've never been that embarrassed in my life. I had to tell my friend that that's how it is in Lagos, unfortunately. And do you know the truth? If I had actually come there with guys, it wouldn't have happened. It was so humiliating, like, for real, guys. Talking about it is even terrible. So it spoiled our mood, and then we just figured, okay, if this happened, you know, we almost got hit by a car at first, and then now these people are telling us that we cannot go in. I was thinking maybe I could book, you know, a ride for us to go to another spot where we could hang out within the same vicinity, but my friend was not happy. She was like, this is a bad woman, let's just go home. So we decided to just go and get some pizza and ice cream, and then eat and drown our sorrows. We're still really shaking. We're even arguing with ourselves. Like, it was crazy because it was just so much to process at that time. We're arguing, okay, which pizza should we go and get? What should we do? Our Uber driver was missing his directions. The Uber driver even got tired of us. The driver was later booked to go back home. And I feel like a lot of people can relate to this. There's a lot of stereotyping that happens. Like, there's just so many things that I feel like are not very fair to women. I'm going to name a few of them. Aside profiling like this, for instance, when as a single woman you want to get an apartment, it's actually always harder. They would ask you, where are your parents? Are you married? A lot of them will tell you that they are not renting out their apartments to single ladies. Why? Because you're going to be prostituting. You'll be bringing different men every day. I've had a landlord say that to me. Oh, we can't do single ladies. You know, too, they bring different man every day, different man. Then those that will finally agree to let you in, they will tell you that you must get the signature of maybe your father or your husband or your fiance, that you must have a prominent man in your life that can stand. Someone will even say that they need to speak to the man, or the man needs to come and see them physically. So as a woman like that is single and working hard to take care of herself and be responsible, you're not good enough, you're not legit enough, it's not enough to be able to rent an apartment. Like, seriously, guys, it's really terrible. There are just a lot of things. Like, for real, guys, I just wanted to make this story time. My energy is even down because it's not even a happy story time. Okay, so guys, let me end this video right here. What do you guys think in the comment section? Have you experienced anything like this? I've had people tell me, okay, I should call them out on social media, I should do this, I should do that, but I really don't like all of that drama. I just wanted to share this story time. Someone might actually find it relatable or helpful, I don't know. But yeah. So I have to go now. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, drop your comments, subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.